Hello viewers, so you're sitting at home wondering whether you've missed out on the AI tech stock boom. You're looking at stocks like Nvidia, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, those stock prices soaring on upwards. You're thinking, is it too late? Well, I think we're actually moving into the second part of the AI stock boom, and there's still plenty of other stocks out there to discover, some very affordable, some offering good value. Now in this video I'm going to look at 5 under $10. Obviously when they're at that level they're quite speculative and you've always got to do your own due diligence, but I've looked at these from their popularity on social media, their potential and the charts to draw down. I think I had a list of about 16 under $10 and I've drawn it out down to 5 for you guys to take a further look, do your own investigation, and also going to show you where I think they might be heading in terms of price targets, and also an ETF chucked in there. If you don't want to get down into the individual nitty-gritty of stock trading, why not have a look at one of the ETFs out there that focuses on the AI sector. So with that, let's crack on with that analysis. So let's start with that ETF first. Now you're sitting at home and you're just completely confused by the AI sector. You've got a feeling that it's going up, it's the future, you don't know what stock to invest in. That's the beauty of the ETF. It puts combinations of stocks together, representing a given idea, theory, etc., to, like say, give you that exposure, that point of view to that, in this instance, AI sector. Now in front of you we've got something with the ticker BOTZ, BOTS. It's the Global X Robotics and Artificial Intelligence ETF. So it's got in there the big players of the world, your Nvidia types, but it does give you also exposure to the small, maybe more speculative stocks in there as well. And let's just have a quick look at the price action, see what's going on. Well, you can see on the left there, only started September 2016. It was quite strong to kick off with into 2018, then it had the doldrums and then really boosted on up, sort of the COVID time actually, right up to those highs around $40 before in 21, really pulling off back. Then we saw last year, towards the end of 22, getting back upwards, a bit of a pull off, and then strength so far this year. Currently indicator wise, this is my modified DMI at the bottom there, we're looking bullish at the moment. Looks like it's going to have to get through this key Fibonacci line area around $30. You can see there's a bit of a scoop there in the volume, suggesting that it could move quite quickly up to about $35 with big support down here. You can see all that volume at the price there around $24.5. And in terms of upsides, if you can get through those highs around $40, we're talking $47, $50, $51 as potential upside to if this AI sector takes off in 24, in the sort of more medium type term. Remember, this is a weekly Heikin-Ashi chart, so it's a much longer term view, but over the medium term, over 2024, we could see if the sector takes off, it breaks through, like I said, that $30-ish area, those sort of numbers, the highs first, and then I say 47, 50. So with that, let's get into those 5 smaller stocks. So I did mention there's about 16 stocks under $10 that I was looking at, and from these pie charts here we can see the symbol distribution by sector and industry, and on the left hand side we've got 5 different stock sectors. Don't forget, AI is now coming into all aspects of our life, covering all sorts of areas, and here 62% of the 16 were technology services, and we've got health technology, consumer durables, electronic technology and commercial services. And then scanning in more detail on the right, we've got 9 industries, internet software, packaged software being the biggest, data processing, miscellaneous, computer peripherals, pharmaceuticals, motor vehicles, medical specialities and IT services. Now I'm going to quickly scan through the 16 and then, like I said, take you into the key 5. So alphabetically running through that 16, we've got Audio Eye, Alethea Group, Amosite, Cheetah Mobile, Cytec Biosciences, Duos Technologies, Ideanomics, Lantern Pharma, Lantronics, Lexin Fintech, Neo, Fiscal Note, NRDY, Recor, SoundHound, and then just down the bottom there we've got a company called Yext. So that is the 16. So now let's get on with the 5 key ones I think you should take a closer look at. First up, we've got a company called SoundHound AI. They are very small, market cap about $500 million from Santa Clara in the US. What do they do? Well, they create voice artificial intelligence on their own platform that will allow businesses across industries to deliver conversational experiences to their customers. So you can imagine that's quite a key growing area as businesses move more online. Looking at the chart, well, it's been quiet. They debuted back in April 22 around the $7.75 mark, went up to highs in the $18 since then, have been pulling back, stabilized around, like I said, this very low level. You got that point of control, the volume there at price around about $2.33, and we've got these resistance areas above around just under the $5 mark. So currently trading under that 50 period moving average as well, so we're going to see it break up on there, get through that Fibonacci area around about $5. Then we're targeting the Fibonacci's up the ladder on the way up about $7, then $11.50. Can it get through the highs at $18? Upsize after that, we're talking maybe $23, $26. But it's a company with a lot of potential. One out there for, like you say, to watch closely. The primary product, like I said, is called Houndify system. It's quite clever, got potential, and it's been backed by various institutions, and hedge funds are looking at it quite closely. We've got another tiddler for you next up. They are called Recor Systems from Maryland in the States. They're a tech company providing intelligent infrastructure solutions for transportation management, public safety and urban mobility, mainly in the US and Canada, but also internationally. It leverages AI, machine learning and data to support intelligent infrastructure for smart mobility. So again, certainly a sector industry that needs that sort of stuff, and potential there for growth. In terms of the chart plot on our weekly hike in ASHI, debuted on the left around October 2017, pretty flat you would say at that maybe 5 max price level. Then it really shot on up to those highs at $25 in April of 21, before strongly pulling back into that original range, which, like I said, is around 5 to the lows there at about 37 cents. But since then it's been picking up nicely. It's trading above the 50 moving average. The DMI at the bottom there pointing positive, bit of bullish volume picking on up, but in terms of upsides, it's got to, like I say, break through that next Fibonacci area around about $6. We've got a bit of volume there, another scoop in there, which you could see it, if it does take off back to that area of price resistance around $12.50, $13, then we'd be targeting Fibonacci's around mid $15, then the highs 25, and then if it does take off, we've got $32 and $35, $36 to the upside. Now next up is a stock you've probably all heard of. They're called Neo. They're the EV, electrical vehicle manufacturer from China. They trade on the US stock market as NEO ticker, and they're a big rival to companies like Tesla. They're a global brand, and you'd be surprised that, well, maybe not surprised, but the EV sector is rife for this sort of AI technology, and NEO are one of the main players there. They've got a lot of different product lines, but they do focus in on the smart vehicles, the autonomous driving features, that type of thing, which is big in the world of tech at the moment. Now, in terms of stock price, it hasn't been all that great. It was this has been a very popular, I wouldn't call it meme stock, but it's one of those stocks that was very popular. And as you can see from its growth back from June 2020 to highs in January 21, up over 1,000% before that big strong decline, back to now current lows around about $6. So if you do think it's bullish and you think it's going to take off, then it's quite good value now at the moment. We've got all this volume over here, you can see in this range that we're at the moment, and then as I say, we got that scoop up to about $41-42. So there could be good potential there to move quite quickly back to those sort of numbers, and then it will slow down again back to those highs, $67. And then if things do take off, where could it potentially head? Let's have a look at some numbers. Well, we're talking $85 and then $95 to the upside. Next up, we have a company called NRDY Inc. from St. Louis. Love the name. Ticker NRDY. Again, pretty small, about $350 million of market cap. What do? They leverage tech around AI to connect students, users, parents, guardians, and purchasers of all ages to tutors, instructors, subject matter educators, and professionals, etc. So they're putting the whole education online package together through AI. So it's a great idea, great potential. In terms of stock price chart action, well, they had this period over here from going live around 21 block, say call it $10 to $13.50 before really tearing it off down. Then it stabilized in this block window with overhead resistance numerous times. Try to get above it there around $4.25. Volume all at this key level point of control, where we're at now, about $3.25. Got to get above, I say, this $4.25 mark before getting to the $6 mark. We've got this big gap here. We have this big, you can see, down bar of volume at that price. That was at $10. So that's the key to the success of this one. It's got to get up to there, then break through, and then potentially moving up to possible highs of $18-19. And finally, we have a company called Lantronix, ticker LTRX, from Irvine in the States. Pretty small again, market cap I think about $250 million. What do? Well, they provide solutions, AI-based solutions for video surveillance, info entertainment systems, intelligent substations, infrastructure, and they do that across the globe. So a global player. America, obviously, its key market, but they're in Europe, Middle East, Africa, Asia, Pacific, and Japan. And they get involved in the Internet of Things, system solutions across their product suite. So again, another one with great potential. And looking at the chart, it's one of the better looking charts in the shorter term. Specifically, we got down the bottom there, the indicator giving us bullish. We got some good bullish volume, trading above its 50 moving average, price moving up strongly to that Fibonacci level around $7. We've got a lot of noise there for it to break to the upside. You can see all that volume in this sort of area, and where it has been trading $6 to just under $4. But we can get through this Fibonacci line, then we'll be looking at those highs around $10, and then potential targets. Well, let's call that $13 and $14 there. to the upside. So Lantronix, our last stock of the 5, with some great upside potential. So there you go, 5 potential good value AI stocks for you to dig into further. Shortlist of 16. If you want to go back, pause the video, go through them as well. Also worth a further deeper look. And we looked at that ETF, remember, as well, BOTS, the ticker, if you want that overall exposure. Remember, these stocks, they're cheap for a reason. They're more speculative, they carry with them more risk, so always do your homework investigations first before investing your own funds into there. Also like to hear your comments below. Have I missed any stocks that you would have also included in the list? Now, if you want to learn more about trading, got a fabulous free online course. It's a YouTube course. Got a playlist set up for you. If you work your way from the top to the bottom, covers all sorts of areas: risk management, psychology, strategy, the markets, the whole lot for you in there. Lots of hours of fun for you to get your teeth into. It's ultimate free trading course playlist there on YouTube. That link to that coming up right now.